Is that picking up? Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. Do you see the haze? That's what we called it when I was little. Little. You know, like 1986. Something I really want to talk about for a moment here. Looks like I gotta trim some of the foreground, but let me get a high look here. You know this view. You know we can see farther than this. But I want to talk about the fact that all of this looks really familiar to me. You can barely make out the roof of a mill down there. One of the old mills that they had only just started regulating what came out the smokestacks. Just a few years before I was born. And I grew up here. Well, to be specific, I grew up 8 miles that way. I'm currently very, very close to the city. I'm not in the city limits, but I'm very, very close to the city. And this is the result of Canada wildfires. I don't really notice our code red or whatever they want to call it, air quality days, because I think when I was little, my lungs just got used to this. I was born there. There's a building there. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it on the camera all right or not. Really, really worried for Quebec. I'm pretty sure this is Quebec's wildfires right now that I'm seeing. It fascinates me, though, that this low visibility, smoky, weather app says that the weather is smoke. It's a weird cloud with lines underneath it, and then it says something about hazardous air quality. Earlier, it was worse. Earlier today, you could not see 3 blocks. Now, I'm pretty sure that's about a mile away, the building that I'm trying to point at, that I can see, but I'm not sure you can see on the camera. And the sun's starting to go down. So if there's a tint to the air, I don't think that that's VOC. Because it looks mostly white and just the ever so slightest bit, little bit of brown. You can hear the train below. And I remember saying, Pittsburgh's just so muggy. It's just so humid. And I remember thinking that this look of the air was the look of humidity. And I remember thinking that was what blue looked like. I now know that blue is a lot less white. It looks a little more blue on the screen than it does below. And I remember my dad saying, I never thought I'd see the sky blue in Pittsburgh. Because to him, the sky had looked orange. To me, it looked a little bit green compared to now. Do you want to see the garden? You can go take a look around. I don't mind. Not hurting me any. I don't think it is anyhow. I did stay in yesterday and I closed up the windows. The temperature seems to be going down when the fires are happening up there, when the fires are getting bad enough to send us smoke. And in a really, really tragic turn of events, that sending us the smoke thing cools our weather down and brings us rain. I really wish it was raining where you guys are. You need it. We don't. Oh, this lily's getting a little bit beat up from hitting the branches right there. You see the square here? I put Skeksis out in the chipmunk cage the other day. I've decided I'm gonna put those couple of bags of bedding back in the corner there, cover them with a tarp, and then put the open bedding in here. So I've got a use for this finally. I'll get a clamp and make sure it stays shut. That'll get one thing out of the way on the porch. I don't know what to do with the fact that I'm such a mess, but I'm getting better indoors with a lot of help. A lot of help. Got quite a bit of eggs to collect. So even though I pulled Skeckers out, they're still laying. And everybody seems to be okay in the smoke in here too. Skeksis, the other rooster, he's gonna get converted to meat because he's injuring the other birds too much. It rains here when the weather gets cold from hot, I guess. My pond is draining pretty quick, but I added to its overflow and I'm testing on that. It's a bug in my face. It smells like lilies and milkweed. That's a native bumblebee. That is the rusty patch bee. Rusty patch bumble. Really enjoying these milkweed. And then these are my neighbor's honeybees. Can my Canadian friends please tell me if you're okay? Ontario, I know the most people there. You're probably... I would imagine it's smokier there, but I guess you tell me, huh? How would I know? I gotta check in on you one by one, but if any of you don't have your own channels and we just chat in the comments, please let me know. Worried about you. Hope you're getting enough rain and hope your stuff's doing okay. Hope you're safe. Hope you're located somewhere that's not threatened by all of this. This stuff that's just, it's so weird to me that it's giving me nostalgia to barely be able to see the opposite hill. Now that's sunset colors. Don't get me wrong. That vibrant orange isn't like smoke color. That's sunset colors. Look at the hotness here. It's doing really good. And clove currant that I still have in a pot here is starting to ripen. I think I see a ladybug larva pupating. That's cool. Since I didn't come outside yesterday, I got extra raspberries to get. Carrot going to seed. Oh, I have a friend on my arm. Here, going up here. Okay, good. Flew away. Still trying to remember what this is. Got two of them. One of them ended up dry. I can tell that it's got a little bit of that overly aggressive goldenrod growing in at the base. I had another one over here that it didn't get as dry. Saskatoons are pretty well done. That's not mine. Property line's right here. I think I got about 2/3 to 3/4 of the currants myself. The birds may have finished that off for me. The Osterberry, I don't know how enthusiastic I am about this. They're flavor-wise, they're fine. You know, I don't know if that means anything to the random listener, but like, they're not sour. Oh yeah, they are. Woo! Yeah, they are. Is the really ripe one? It tastes exactly the same as the clove currant, and the clove currant is native. So, I think the Osterberry was a waste of time. Tomato over here is looking good. I'm really hoping that's one of those tomatoes that come out about this size. They always sell free seed. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this plot. It can't be a sell-free seed plot because of the simple fact that I really need to be able to mulch it to be able to maintain it at the height that it is. Like, heavily mulch it. It's got the retainer wall thing going for it. Or, raised bed, rather. I don't know. I've been getting blackberries from the front. My Illinois mulberry is recovering from transplant. That took really a long time. Let's see how the blackberries are doing back here in the shadier spot. Still green. Best I can tell, that's the ripest ones, I think. They really send out tendrils. And if these ends of the tendrils touch the ground, they root. So you end up with like a fence. Yeah, that's the garden today. And the air quality today. Look at those kiwi coming along. I feel like they're bigger than usual for this time of year. Which is hopeful, because that might mean that the fact that that male silver vine kiwi bloomed may have actually cross-pollinated it. So, yeah. I guess my mind's spinning a little bit with this nostalgia feeling and how weird it is that something that's causing so much distress looks like deja vu, creepy familiar to me. I really, really hope that you're okay, Canada. Hang in there. But thank you so much for visiting the cliffside. Oh my gosh, it's a blue heron. No way, no way. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh, I hope so, I hope so. Hopefully that's a sign that things will be alright. So, take care of yourselves. This has been Permaculture and Nostalgia. Bye.